Hello, this is David Wilcoxon. In the Does Revelation 18:23 Point to Big Pharma video, I show that Messiah is pointing to the big pharma companies in the end times. The verse says, "For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived." The word sorceries means medication, sorcery, and witchcraft. The underlying word, pharmakias, means a druggist, a poisoner, a magician, and a sorcerer. The words magician and sorcerer make me think of someone serving the god of this world, the god of mammon, Satan. As I've witnessed what has taken place during the last few months and seeing the actions of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and RFK Jr., I realize that there's another perspective to the fulfillment of Revelation 18:23. And the fulfillment of that verse has been going on for quite a while, as I explained in the previous video. But now I'm going to apply it to what we're seeing take place right now. Interestingly, the leadership hierarchy of the Church of Satan seems to be related to Revelation 18:23. The first degree is an active member, a Satanist. The second degree is a witch or a warlock. The third degree is a priestess or priest. The fourth degree is a magistra or a magister. And the fifth degree is the mega and the magus. They are magicians and sorcerers of Satan. Let's apply this to Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who use the term MAGA. On the surface, it represents Make America Great Again. But is there a more sinister meaning? The satanic Kabbalah is full of sorcery, which is used by warlocks and witches to further their agenda. In the book, Trump, The Way to the Top, Donald Trump states that he has a personal Kabbalah teacher by the name of Eitan Yardeni. Here's what a Kabbalah hand sign looks like. It's what we saw in Star Trek with Spock displaying this sign. And here's Donald Trump making the Kabbalah hand sign. Occultist and witch Marina Abramovic stated that Donald Trump is the magician who will wake us all up, meaning he will create an awakening to usher in their Luciferian agenda. And here's pictures of Marina, here with a bloody Baphomet goat head, which represents Satan, and here with Lord Rothschild standing in front of a painting called Satan Summoning His Legions. So if she's calling Donald Trump a sorcerer who's going to deceive the world, that's very significant. In 2024, Elon Musk had an image on his X profile showing him wearing the Devil's Champion leather armor set, which has a Baphomet image of Satan with an upside-down cross that is an anti-Christian symbol. The evil ones proclaim who they serve through symbols, but mislead people with their words. Elon is declaring who he is and who he serves, but people, especially Christians, just ignore his clear declaration. And here's that image. We see Baphomet satanic head with an upside-down cross on his chest and on his forearm. Elon changed Twitter to X and has used this hand sign forming an X. That seems innocent, but the evil ones communicate with symbols. Placing one's hands in an X across the chest indicates their reverence for the pagan god Osiris, as we see in this statue of Osiris. In ancient Egyptian religion, Osiris was the god of fertility, agriculture, the afterlife, the dead, resurrection, life, and vegetation. Elon has proclaimed to be dark MAGA and wears a black MAGA hat. He's telling you that he's a dark magician, a dark sorcerer. And how does a magician carry out their tricks? With sleight of hand. They create illusions to deceive their audience. Sleight of hand combines manual dexterity, timing, misdirection, and psychology. So let's look at that misdirection taking place. Donald Trump announced that schools need to drop their CV-VX requirements for schools. That's a great thing, but what needs to take place is that the requirements for childhood VXs be dropped. In my opinion, he's doing this as they're moving on to the next supposed health challenge, which right now is measles. Instead of focusing on the many deaths and damage that's done by childhood VXs, They're focused on having people get the MMRVX, which is devastating to a child's health. That's sleight of hand. RFK Jr. proclaims good things like this to make America healthy again. The FDA's war on public health is about to end. This includes its aggressive suppression of psychedelics, peptides, stem cells, raw milk, hyperbaric therapies, chelating compounds, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, vitamins, clean foods, sunshine, exercise, nutraceuticals, and anything else that advances human health and can't be patented by pharma. If you work for the FDA and are part of this corrupt system, I have two messages for you. Preserve your records and pack your bags. That all sounds great. But then he posts this, which is contrary to making America healthy again. He said the measles outbreak is a call to action for all of us, and the MMRVX is crucial to avoiding potentially deadly disease. VXs not only protect individual children from measles, but also contribute to community immunity, protecting those who are unable to be VX due to medical reasons. First of all, measles is not a disease. It's an illness that the body overcomes in 7 to 10 days, which leads to a lifetime of immunity. So RFK Jr. is misleading people. Secondly, if RFK Jr. promoted safety and efficacy, he wouldn't push the MMRVX or any VX. His recent testimony before the House Approval Committee tells us that he's very pro-VX. He says, I support the CDC VX schedule, and I recommend that parents follow the CDC schedule. That schedule is a key factor in making America unhealthy. Childhood VXs destroy a person's full potential and set them up to be a pharma customer for life. The most dangerous place for a healthy baby is in a pediatrician's office. If a child gets all the VXs in their entire schedule, they get almost 13,000 micrograms of aluminum, 600 micrograms of mercury, plus over 200 different chemicals. So why do doctors do it when they witness the effects of the VX program? As the children get autism and allergies, and worse, some die. It's because 50% of a pediatrician's revenue comes from reimbursement for administering vaccines. Without that income, they wouldn't be able to stay in business. RFK Jr. said, I will support the development and distribution of vaccines for the avian flu. The avian flu doesn't naturally spread to other species, so it's misleading to say that people need it. RFK Jr. said, if we want an uptake in VXs, we need a trustworthy government. That's why I want to restore trust in the government and the CDC, so that if the government says something, they know it's true. This is all smoke and mirrors because the CDC is financed by the big pharma companies. They will never tell Americans the truth. They approved the CVVX trial results to be hidden for many decades. Why would that be? Because of the many devastating side effects. RFK Jr. said, I'm going to restore trust in the government, and that will increase VX uptake. RFK Jr. is clearly declaring his agenda to do many good things to get America to trust him and the government, so that Americans will follow their VX recommendations. That is the sleight of hand of a magician. RFK declared this about banning mRNA VXs. That seems like a great thing, but we'll have to wait to see if it's implemented. But it's misleading, as his National Economic Council Director, Kevin Hassett, and USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins have authorized VX manufacturer Zoetis to create an avian flu VX to inject mRNA technology into chickens and cows, which would put that technology into humans who eat the poultry and beef. Do you see the sleight of hand? They may ban mRNA VXs, but will put the technology in the food supply so that it will be passed on to those who consume the meat. I believe that another case of the magician Elon Musk using sleight of hand is that he points to people needing to get a chip implant to be connected to the AI-controlled digital world. Most people, especially Christians, would not do that, as they associate it with having the mark of the beast, as many think that AI computers are the beast system, which allows the supposed one-man Antichrist to control the world. But I think that it's more sleight of hand, as VXs may have graphene oxide and other components which self-assemble in the body to form a sensor that uses a person's unique DNA as an identifier for the evil ones to be able to track that person via 5G and 6G frequencies from towers and satellites. It's like an IP, Internet Protocol address, that identifies a computer or phone on the Internet. And now you understand why President Trump pushed the implementation of 5G and 6G so hard, to get this tracking control system set up under the guise of better mobile phone service. And Elon Musk has been setting up the Skynet, the Starlink satellite grid, under the guise of providing internet and new mobile phone access worldwide. So that's the sleight of hand. They're providing access to the internet and phone service. Seems like a great thing, but it's also the tracking system. What's important to know is that previous mobile phone technology, 3G and 4G, broadcast information out, and your phone picks it up, like a radio works to pick up broadcast stations. But 5G and 6G technology can isolate and target individual phone users so that they can broadcast specific frequencies at them. 5G and 6G frequencies have the ability to affect the body in such a way that it causes flu-like symptoms, so they can target individuals or people groups to make them seem like they have a new virus, so that they can implement draconian rules to force VXs. All that is the digital fascist control system, which will track and control everyone in the world. Larry Ellison of Oracle announced that AI will be able to create mRNA VXs that modify a person's DNA to cure a person's cancer. The great men of the earth caused cancer with the CVVX and other VXs, which enriched the pharma and medical companies, and now they will make more money with the solution. When more and more people die from turbo cancer, it will cause people to freak out, and they will line up to get the AI VX. Ironically, I used the Grok AI tool on X.com to generate this image of Trump, Musk, and Kennedy as magicians, sorcerers. Sadly, many people are under their spell as they believe that they are working for the good of Americans in the world. They're doing many great things to distract people from the wicked things that they're promoting. I hope that this helps you see through the sorcery of the magicians as they mislead the world with sleight of hand to push evil agendas that will enslave Americans and the world. It's horrifying and amazing to see the fulfillment of Revelation 18:23 play out before our eyes. On a positive note, the fulfillment validates the authority of the Bible and the deity of our high priest, who foretold the events in the first century. You can find more information on the Revelation1823.com website. If this information helps you, please like the video, comment, and share it with others, as this helps get it ranked so that others will see the explanations. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified about new videos. That's all for today. Keep pressing on for the glory of our King. I love y'all. Shalom.